Hi art friends!
Hello art friends!
We have brought some tea with us today because that's what we do in this.
This is Doodles and tea, remember? But we get a lot of comments saying, oh, can I watch this because I don't like tea or I don't drink tea? You can drink anything. You could drink coffee. Even controversial Casey Golden drinks coffee while she watches Doodles and tea and it's fine.
Today's cup of tea is actually iced tea in a bottle.
Are we going to do a tea review?
I've had this one a few times in the past, but okay, tea review. It's really fruity.
Great. As you might have noticed from the title, guys, and maybe the thumbnail, we're going to be using watercolory paper, but we're actually going to be using
this thing that we've never used before.
Yeah, I think it's, well, it's obviously an ink stick. I think it's sumi ink, the one that you kind of grind down and turn into an ink. So we're going to kind of try and make our own impromptu ink and make like a grayscale-y picture with it.
And since we're trying new things, I brought along this masking fluid that I bought that I've been too scared to use. I wonder if it needs shaking up. It looks all like yellowy at the bottom. Does it kind of look like that?
I think it's gone mouldy. Oh wow, isn't that pretty? I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there's like all kinds of carved stuff on that.
Oh, let me see.
Isn't that pretty?
Ooh.
Let me get this open. Now, we need to line stuff first, so we'll get to the main event in just a second, but there's the stick we'll be using. It looks beautiful, there's like a tree on it.
Oh yeah,
isn't that really pretty?
Tree.
Oh, and this is the first ever watercolour paper that I've actually bought myself. I'm so excited to use it. It's Saunders Waterford and it's made by St. Cuthbert's Mill. It sounds really fancy.
Yeah, it does sound really fancy.
And it actually comes in a block form. There is actually sheets of watercolour paper in there, but it's like glued into this block that you can peel off when you're done, so it keeps it straight. It doesn't like bow.
You need like a knife to like get underneath.
It's really stuck in there, yeah.
Oh, could you help me open this? I think it's got a child-proof cap on it.
Oh, it's one of those, yeah, you push down and twist it.
I'm really terrible at those. And these are some pretty newish things that I got to use with this. They're actually masking fluid brushes.
Oh, so they're specially for this stuff?
Yeah.
That's open now then.
Oh, thank you. I really hope that I don't screw this up because masking fluid, if you do it wrong, you can like tear the paper.
Oh yeah, and this is a new type of paper that we've recently got hold of. It's Canson 200 GSM mixed media, so you can use it for markers, pencils, watercolours, inks. It's meant to be good for like everything, so I'm kind of curious to see how it's going to react with all this mixed media you are using.
I feel like I should have looked up a tutorial before just like jumping in.
No, you'll be fine.
I guess we need to do the inkstone.
If you're ready for it, then
I
sure.
am ready
I was lining this first, but if you're ready, yeah, let's jump straight in. Now I've got some filled water brushes over here, so I'm going to use the water from these.
Yeah, because apparently you don't need much water to do this with.
Is there a water brush that you don't think you'll use, and I'll use the water out of that one?
Probably a big
one, yeah? Okay, well, I'll let you do the honours if you want to hold the stick for me.
Okay.
And we'll put some water up here, and this is where you need to grind it, I believe.
Do I have to like blow on this to dry it?
I'm sure blowing on it, you know, I guess it will help. Okay, so I'm going to put a bit of water from my water brush.
Oh,
whoa!
Oh, that's quite a lot actually.
Oh, well. I will use it, don't worry. And then, yeah, you're supposed to just, and then just
do this?
Yeah, just grind away. Yeah, that's it, yeah.
And it turns into ink, right?
It does, yeah. I actually off camera watched a few tutorials just to make sure we were going to do it right. If you guys have done this before, you know, feel free to leave us some tips down there and let us know like a really good way, because it's something that I would like to use to do more grayscale kind of stuff in the future.
What do I do about the stuff down there? Because that's probably just pure water. That's...
Oh, well, you can mix it down there as well. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it's made of the same surface. Like the entire thing is made of the same sort of rough surface you need. Now, let me grab some tissue, and I'm gonna give it a little poke with this tissue to see.
Just don't absorb it all.
No. Oh yeah, look, we're getting there.
Oh.
Yeah, that corner's definitely looking inky. I'll also go and get my watercolour palette if you want, and we can try making different shades of it if you like.
Oh, I know what you mean. I thought you meant like your watercolours. I was like...
I'll use my watercolours.
I have no idea how to use this.
I'll just go grab the palette real quick.
Okay.
You're doing a great job there, hun.
I don't know if I'm overdoing it. Can you overdo it? Oh, it smells interesting.
Well, I think they're made from like soot and like burnt trees and things.
I said burnt toast.
And burnt toast, that too. Oh yeah, it does have an interesting smell.
It smells like something I've smelled outside before, but I can't put my finger on what.
Well, if it is made out of like burnt dead trees and stuff, I guess that would make sense.
Oh,
now what I'll do is, let me just plonk this here. I'll get some tissue and we can sit the stick aside so we don't get ink everywhere.
Yeah.
You want me to grab that?
It feels a shame to be like rubbing away at the pretty design.
But yeah, I mean, there it is. It's definitely
yeah, it looks
an
like
inky
it's
stick.
Done something.
So I'm going to put this out the way.
Ooh, can I have a water brush?
You certainly can.
Woo!
Would you like this big one?
Okay.
And I'll bring this over here because I've got a few...
There's a lot of like orange pigment on this one. Can I have some?
I have been using them recently, I'm sorry. There you go.
Wow, yeah, I'm glad I'm wiping this
Oh my
off.
god. I watercolour now, don't you know?
Okay.
And then just pop it into one of these and we'll see what we've made. Oh, hey, it worked!
It does look like it's doing something.
Yeah, I think it's worked.
I'm scared to go near that, even though I've got masking fluid on it. I'm like, how do I know if it's dry?
Oh, guys, I wish you were here to smell it. It smells real, not bad. It smells actually pretty interesting, but I'm not really quite sure how to describe the smell.
Yeah, it kind of smells a bit like a farm.
I thought he was going to say a fart. It smells like this fart I smelled the other day. How are you getting on there? Oh, hey, that actually looks pretty good. I think you've mixed a pretty good ink mix there.
You think?
Yeah, I think, and the masking fluid's working well. I would say that's working quite wonderfully.
I'm doing that thing that I tend to do in Doodles and Tea where I'm just like, I have absolutely no plan for how this picture's gonna go.
No!
Let's just see what happens.
But that's the whole point of this, remember, guys. Whether you draw along or not, as long as you're relaxed, you're doing it right.
Yeah, feel free to jump in and like experiment with us.
This episode's all about experimenting.
About living dangerously through your art.
Living precariously through your artwork.
I've just realised now I've got to wait ages for that to dry.
Even though it's very smooth looking, this paper's actually quite absorbent. It doesn't take very long to dry.
Like me being impatient, I'm just like, okay, maybe.
Hey, it's making a pretty interesting effect though. It isn't very often we have such positive experimentation on this channel. It's actually going right. I was also curious, guys, is it like cold where you are at the moment? Because
it's freezing here this week.
So cold. There isn't even any snow, it's so depressing. Ooh.
I haven't talked about what my drawing is yet.
Yeah.
Make out what it is.
Explain to the people.
It's meant to be like a bunch of flowers with like a little hedgehog hiding at the bottom.
He's a very smelly hedgehog right now.
It probably does smell equivalent to like an outside hedgehog.
It smells just like a hedgehog. Oh, I almost forgot to do the eyebrows. That'd be no good.
I am actually having fun with this so far anyway. I might screw it up now.
Because it is our it was our first time actually mixing it just then. It's definitely our first time using it. This is quite a new and interesting experience.
And I'm someone who really likes inks, and this is like a way that I've obviously never tried it before.
We've never like made our own, like using this stick technique, I guess.
The stick technique. I am sure that's its official name.
Comment down below with your official terminologies. I'm excited to try it because I haven't even used this paper yet, guys. So we're going to be getting first impressions with this paper that I'm using.
There's quite a few first impressions going on right now.
Oh, it's fun sharing it though, because sometimes we might get questions like, "Oh, is this good? Is this not very good?" And you're going to get my live reaction to that.
I always struggle with that. Like, I get asked quite a lot, especially on like my Twitter, where after we've used an art supply, someone will tweet saying, "Oh, did you think it was good?" And I think a lot of stuff to do with like art materials is personal preference.
Yeah. Something that we might love, you might not love, and vice versa. You might love an art supply, and we'll be like, "This is terrible. Why did you recommend this?"
Yeah, so it can make me sometimes just a bit hesitant to say like, yeah, this is the best art supply ever, because just because I like it doesn't mean everyone else
will, yeah,
which
is fine. Variety is the spice of life.
But I'll always tell you guys if I enjoy something, it's definitely not an endorsement that it's the best art supply in the entire world and you should all go out and buy it or whatever.
Unless we make art supplies, and if we do in the future, buy them. They're the best.
I've done that thing where I've painted mostly on the right hand side and now I need to paint to the left and I'm like,
Oh dear. Are you alright there, hun? I can hear a lot of panicked panting.
You know what, I'll give it a minute because it evidently needs it.
Is this the one that you made? I just want to make sure I used the right one.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's have a little dip and see what we can come up with. Now, maybe the hair first? Oh, this is so similar to watercolour, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is.
Oh, I like it. I think it's quite pretty.
Ink wash is like one of the first mediums that I ever fell in love with. So I think it's really cool that like this, you get to sort of mix your own consistency and you can go like darker and lighter.
It's actually pretty cool.
The way I was doing it before was just putting a few drops of ink in one of these water brushes and then filling it up with water.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then I'd have like quite a few of them, so I'd have some darker ones and some lighter ones, but it's kind of cool using it in more of a watercolory way.
Yeah. I am quite the fan so far. Because I honestly didn't know what to expect, but it is super similar to watercolour, so I feel like I somewhat know what I'm doing. Okay.
I mean, just sticking my fingers and everything. Is this working?
Only professional techniques here. Yeah, I've seen videos where the person that uses it just kind of gently rubs it up.
Yeah, I've seen on Amazon when I was getting those masking fluid brushes.
Yeah.
You can get like these masking fluid squares to like remove masking fluid with.
Well, that sounds awesome.
But I don't know whether that's just like a sponge or like, you know when someone just slaps the name on something that's like something you have around the house anyway.
This isn't a washing up sponge, it's a magic sponge.
Oh, you once bought a magic sponge and you loved it.
I was suckered into the magic sponge, but in my defense it was amazing.
Wow, I have no idea if this masking fluid is ever coming off.
And is everything dry around it first? I just don't want you to... I just want to make sure that you don't accidentally like rub anything off that you've put on there.
I see so many professionals use this stuff and they make it look very easy.
Yeah. Like we've spoken in the past about our friend Era, who's
Era's
amazing.
Yeah.
I wonder if Era watches our videos. If you do, Era, hello, you're amazing. Please send help.
Although I've probably ruined this by the time you've got some advice.
No.
Okay, well, I'll just continue to pretend that I know what I'm doing.
Now, it's all new to us both. But guys, please do let us know if you've used this before, because I'd be very curious to hear your thoughts on it, and any tips that you might have as well. I mean, I know it's primarily used to do calligraphy and writing and stuff, but if you have used it to create any art, I would love to see it.
I'm so nervous about that masking fluid.
We'll work on everything else first, and then we'll deal with that problem when we get to it.
You know, I was about to say we should do a poll to see if other people think the masking fluid's going to work out for me.
Okay, well, we can.
I think my feelings are too sensitive for that poll, so instead I'm going to ask you guys, do you like clouds?
What are your thoughts on clouds? Do you think they're too big? Are they really up there by like the heat in the atmosphere? Is there strings holding them up? What is it with clouds?
Are they a conspiracy theory?
They ain't clouds, they're spaceships.
It's like an Ancient Aliens episode.
Oh my god, we're still watching Ancient Aliens, by the way, guys. A few of you guys did actually know what we were talking about as well, which was really nice. Seriously, if you ever need some entertainment, watch that show. It's very interesting.
You know, I have no idea what the drying times for this paper are like. 'Cause I've never used it before.
Yeah. When I used it with the watercolour, because I have tested it once with watercolours, it was actually pretty quick. I was quite impressed.
But you don't tend to use a lot of water.
That's true.
I really like waterlogging stuff.
No, that's not good.
I almost put my hand in it there.
I was like watching you in the corner of my eye, and I was like, what is she doing? The smell has actually grown on me quite a bit. It's actually quite a nice smell.
The smell is growing.
It's growing. I also love the idea that I thought you said it was a fart.
No, I don't think it smells of farts for what it's worth.
Well, guys, don't buy it if you're expecting a farty fragrance.
I'm starting to wonder, like, if the masking fluid doesn't work out for me and it's just eternally on there forever.
It could be an albino hedgehog.
Yeah, I wonder if I can use a Posca pen just to draw on top of the masking fluid.
Totally, I bet you could, yeah.
Cheat the system.
Well, that's why I really love what we do, because it's very improv.
Yeah, it's nice sharing the process behind how our art pieces come together, because sometimes a finished piece can end up looking okay, but it's just not the way it was meant to turn out whatsoever.
Let's just pretend this is how it was supposed to be.
Yeah, it's kind of fun with traditional art when you just sort of have to embrace that things are going different to how they were meant to.
It wasn't supposed to be this way. I want to try and mix something dark for this bag. I'm really excited to see how the hedgehog goes.
No! That's a bit like I'm purposely putting up.
No!
Do you guys have hedgehogs where you live?
Some people have like pet ones.
Oh, in fact, we have a friend who has a pet one. She lives in America though.
Well, that's what, yeah, I'm not sure if it's a thing here in England, but like in Japan as well, they have like hedgehog cafes and stuff. It's awesome. When are you gonna do that hedgehog? I want to see him.
Well, I need everything else to dry before I can...
Oh, yeah, okay.
I can contemplate that. So you need to
Where you
slow
want
down.
the hedgehog. Where you want the hedgehog. Watercolour really is fast becoming one of my favourite mediums.
I never ever thought I'd ever use it.
You heard it here first.
Although this is ink. Ha.
Oh. Well, shut up.
Apologies in advance if we end up sat here for like 5 million hours while this dries.
No. No.
But I have to suffer for my art.
I must suffer. I think you should just rub it with your hands.
That's what I was trying. It didn't feel like it was doing it. Oh wait, it's doing it.
It's going.
This is a big ball.
It's working. Oh my god, it's working. Can you... I hope the camera can pick that up. It's actually working exactly as intended.
It's not tearing like all my other attempts
Yeah,
at
this
masking
is
fluid in the past.
This is a big deal.
Oh, those brushes, I don't regret buying those now. I got them with Christmas money.
I don't think that could have gone any better.
Ooh.
People that do this regularly are just like, why are they so excited? But this is a huge deal for us.
Look at that! It's left like a little white cutout. Oh, I feel like a professional. That was really satisfying. That reminds me of when you're in school and you put PVA glue all over your hands and you peel it off.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so proud of you.
I'm proud of me.
I don't need your pride. I'm proud of myself. No, I'm really happy for you. You might not have quite grasped, guys, how nervous she was. Oh, I'm just sort of like, oh, it's like when you see your kid go to school for the first time. I'm like, oh, I'm so proud. Might write something next to this over here. I don't think you'll see.
Oh, you should show them that new stamp. And do you want me to go grab it for you?
Yeah, if you like. Yeah, sure, we can.
Because I was the one that found it. Adam bought it.
It's rant time, guys.
Well, I've ordered myself one because I'm jealous.
Yeah, this is a stamp that you can actually make your own design on. So, I mean, obviously it'll be reversed there, but when you stamp it down, I mean, I've put my name obviously on this one. So when I've finished a picture, I give it a quick little stamperoo and it's got my name on it. I think that's really cool.
It was my idea.
No! But that's awesome. So now we've got like a date stamp and I've got like a name stamp. So it'll look, I kind of like how it looks consistent on everything like that. I'm really impressed with this little thing. I'd love to show you guys. Where do you think would be a good place to put a little stamp? Like, put it here maybe?
Go for it.
Yeah. I'd give it just a little...
Whoop.
A little press. Whoop. And there you go. I mean, it leaves a little line there, but that's because I've been messing with it too much. But I think that's so beautiful. Like, it's all really evenly spaced and the letters are all the same.
Smudging the line underneath.
Oh, but it makes like a cool effect.
Okay, that was an intentional cool effect, guys. You heard it here first.
Intentional cool effects. Subscribe for more. I was going to put some writing on it, but I don't know if I want to now. Maybe I'll do some, like, tree shapes with a big brush, maybe?
Do you like my little hedgehog?
Oh, he's looking cute. He looks... all of his, like, prickles are standing on edge. Is he cold?
Well, I want to put in, like, a few more details in, like, all these darker bits, but...
You gotta let that dry. That's definitely wet.
I know. I just have no patience. I can see you hesitating.
I had an idea, so I'm gonna clean my water brush first. No. Steph's like sort of watching in horror slash...
I'm not watching in horror.
What is he doing? To which I say, calm your biscuits.
What's your favourite game that you're playing at the moment?
At the minute, it's still Portal Knights and Xenoblade, what Steph got me. I think they're both really cool games.
Which ones would you say are my favourite games at the moment?
Yours?
Yeah.
Steph's really in love with Paper Mario on the 3DS. What else have you been... That's really the main game you've been playing.
That's it.
I wanted to see if I could make it run down the page.
Whoa. He's doing that thing where he experiments again.
It's not going quite as I planned, but it looks kind of cool. Because I wanted to create like a gradient effect so it looked like mountains or something in the distance.
It kind of looks like a paint splatter in the background.
Well, that's kind of what it is at the minute. It's just paint. I tend to experiment more on camera and I look ridiculous than what I do
off camera, yeah.
That's okay.
Look at me being impatient.
What are you doing?
Just seeing if this ruins everything.
Oh my god.
So far, so good. Oh, I lost it at the top. Oh, okay, I'll be it if I need to stop.
I need to stop. Yeah, something like that. You know, where it's kind of darker at the top. I hope it shows properly. I hope you guys get what I'm saying. It was an impromptu thing, and then it blends more so towards the bottom.
Found a new sneaky technique.
What sneaky technique have you discovered?
You roll up your piece of tissue into this little
like you're gonna shove it up your nose.
yeah, into a mound, and then you tap it on the top, and
and it absorbs it all.
Not all of it, just a little bit. It just gets up some of the excess water.
I bet you guys weren't expecting such pro tips today, were you?
Yeah, I'm sorry if you guys actually do watercolour professionally.
What are you doing?
I'm just going in with the pen now to put in a couple of details.
I love like the gradient effect that you've managed to do in the background. It makes it look like such like a deep foresty sort of area.
Yeah,
it's
I was
really
kind of
nice.
hoping that the gradient might do that.
Yeah, it looks really cool. You haven't told the people that you're using my brush pen.
Yeah.
Steph keeps losing hers, guys. Do you have any way to keep tabs on art supplies that you constantly lose? Don't say pencil case, because she has one and she never uses it. If you have any ways of keeping tabs of everything, preferably if you have limited space as well, because we do not have room for anything.
We don't have room for anything.
Nothing else. Oh, I love yours. I also really love how, I don't know whether you've done it on purpose, but that little plant just there.
Which one?
This, well, I'm pointing at it on the camera and I'll point at it for you. This one.
Yeah.
Looks like it has a little face.
Ah.
I think you should be proud of yourself. Your masking fluid went really well. You've used a new medium, which has gone really well.
Yeah, this could have went really wrong on camera now that I think about it.
This could have gone awful. Okay, guys, here's what we managed to create for this episode of Doodles and Tea. Don't forget to tag us in anything that you guys drew if you've drawn along with us. I'm going to post a mystery video somewhere on screen now. And don't forget to like and subscribe so we can see you next time for another Doodle Date.
Doodle Date!
Bye for now, guys.
Bye.
Bye.